Hi there, good afternoon. And I'm actually amused at the messages. Naruto kun, Nattu Kaka, and all that. Man, guys, you are having a ball of a time. And I'm sorry to interrupt, but I welcome you to BYJU'S Exam Prep channel dedicated to your preparation for the B School exams. And before I take you any further, here is something that I want you to ponder over. So I hope you are as enthusiastic as I am for this particular session. And at that note, for those of you who are actually enthusiastic, did you manage to sit for this yet? If yes, do let me know how your results went, and we can then take it up from there. If not, then I'd say that you are cutting things a little too close. So 25th is the last day. So you have just a couple of days more after today. Make sure that you do write it at the earliest. Jeet, it's absolutely okay. I was also enjoying the banter. It's perfectly all right. No issues whatsoever. So tentative dates are still tentative. By God यार महाराष्ट्र सीटी में ना मतलब अंदर से कभी श्योरिटी नहीं आती है करेंगे कि नहीं करेंगे इस डेट पे एंड देयरफॉर इट इज़ वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट फॉर अस टू वर्क विद दिस artificial sense of urgency. We need to, unless we get something new, we need to assume that it is 9th and 10th and then work on the basis of it tomorrow. The target, so obviously that makes things a little bit challenging for you, and in order to help you in that journey, we've started our crash course, which has some fabulous things happening at a very attractive price. So this is about the English section. So you know that in English section we get reading comprehension, and then there are a lot of other things too. So we've had different sessions. For example, in my last session I focused on reading comprehension, right? There has been a session where we focused on fill in the blanks, and today I plan to focus more once again on vocabulary. I've already taken a session on vocab in this series of ours, but the difference is that within vocabulary there is this specific aspect that at times does not get adequate representation, and that part is idiomatic expressions. So idiomatic expressions are, of course, your idioms, your proverbs, your phrasal verbs, these kind of things. So because proverbs have not really been asked in Maharashtra CT, I'll skip it, but we will focus on the other two areas a little more in order to become better. So before I take you further, what is your understanding, what is your take of idioms? So what are idioms really? Idioms are a group of words which are not interpreted literally. We do not opt for a literal interpretation. Okay, so they lead to a meaning other than what you would take literally. Jeet says results will be out tomorrow. Results for what? The mock. Unless the window closes, you should not expect the results. No, the window is 25th. So even if we release it, there are people who are going to write it on 25th, and that may change the results. So there is no point bringing it out sooner. Okay, so let us go ahead and dive more into idioms. Harjit, absolutely. Muhavre, kahavatein, lokoktiyan. I still remember that we used to study all these three things together in the same chapter. So let's start with our vocabulary questions with a heavy focus on idioms and phrasal verbs today. So here are the directions for the first 8 questions. Identify the words that are similar in meaning to the phrase given to you in bold, and in reality, in order to make it absolutely well highlighted, I have written it in bold, and I have also gone on to underline it so that you don't miss out on it at all. Okay, So here is the first question for you on the screen, and your time starts now. Absolutely spot on, guys. The correct answer is indeed B. Huh? You guys are good at it. Nice, but it's a little premature, right? Here is the next one. So, congratulations on getting the previous one right. What's your take on this? All right, so in this particular case, early options suggest that you've gotten this right as well. So yes, it is in fact C. Vivek, where is your answer? Just a blank message. Okay, with that, let me take you to question number 3 on your screen, and your time starts now. There you go. So when something happens once in a blue moon, it means that it happens very rarely, and there is only one option that talks about it, that is option number B, and most of you have actually managed to get this right. Vivek, my voice is low. Yeah, I think there has to be some tweaks that needed to be made in the software, which I doubt I'd be able to make, but let me just check. I can just restart it by shifting it to something else. Okay, so no, this is in fact equally low. Okay, this is higher, but this will capture a lot of surrounding noise. And this setting reverts it to normal. Okay, I'll just try to see after this session if I can go ahead and find a solution. Let me just see if position of the mic makes a difference. Okay, I'll just try to reposition it so that it can become better for all of us. Let's see. Anyhow, that's it. So there we go. I hope it has improved marginally, but I am not very sure. Okay, so let's go ahead and now move further. Question number 4 on your screen, where the clock is already ticking. Okay, so my God, you guys are on a roll today, huh? The correct answer is indeed D. My association for this particular idiom is this: wheel is basically a synonym of wealth, and woe we all know is trouble, troublesome times or adversity. Spot on, guys. 5th on your screen, and the clock is ticking. Okay. So question number 5, the answers are slow to come in. So let me go ahead and share it. The correct answer here is option A. So I finally managed to sneak one difficult question past you. So a stalking horse is a person or a thing that is used to conceal someone's real intentions. Okay, or even in politics we use it in a very specific way. Remember, there are some people who compete for a position when they have no chance of winning, but they do that in order to divide the opposition votes in order to make someone else a winner. So that's something that you can use. It's used so that someone else can get advantage. So that is that. So that's question number 5, with A being the correct answer. And here is the next one for you. So when we say this to somebody, what do we mean? A, B, C, D. If none of these, then choose E. So when you tell somebody that don't give up your day job, so day job is you already have a job, you're earning money through that. When you say, don't give that up, it basically is a polite way. It is basically a euphemism for saying that, hey, you are not good at it. You're not good at it. And therefore, the correct answer here should be option D. अब सीधा सीधा नहीं बोल सकते ना यार, तेरे में भाई देख टैलेंट नहीं है. You can't really say it to that person's face that, hey, you aren't that good. So instead of saying that, you'd say, my suggestion is that you don't give up your day job, because you'll not be able to earn a living through this. Okay, so that is why the correct answer for question number 6 is going to be D. Here is question number 7. What's your take on this? What happened to my timer? I forgot to turn it on apparently. So the correct answer for question number 7 is, let me just end the timer, is option E. So Skid Row basically refers to that part of the town which is generally considered a poorer area. You know, that part of the town that you typically associate with drunks and homeless people live. So the poorest part of town basically. And that is why we'd go ahead and choose E as our answer. So he's moved to an impoverished area. And here is the 8th and the last question of this particular type. Go ahead and share your answer with me. So just deserts policy. Just deserts means a reward for what has been done, good or bad. Of course, in the case of bad, it won't be a reward. So if you say that someone has got just deserts, you mean that they deserve particularly the unpleasant things that have happened to them. So it's like karma. And that is why the correct answer here is going to be A, deserved reward or punishment. So give an employee what he deserves. If it's reward, great. If it's a punishment, great. Normally we use it in our day-to-day life more for the negative things that happen to a person. So that's about the first 8. Let's dive into the next segment. So in question number 9 and 10, I'll give you a short paragraph. In each one of these 2 questions, I am going to highlight some phrasal verbs. So when I say some phrasal verbs, I'll highlight 4 phrasal verbs. Now, not all of these phrasal verbs are going to be grammatically correct. So the ones which are correct, leave them alone. The ones which are incorrect, please identify those and choose an option that talks about the ones which are incorrect. Okay. So I think the first question will give you an idea of what I'm going to ask. So I'll give you a head start before I start the timer. So you notice 1 phrasal verb, 2nd, 3rd, 4th. In case any of these phrasal verbs is incorrect, please flag that as your answer. Start reading. Oops, sorry, my bad. Okay, so I did not add the timer considering that the questions were big. I've kind of removed them from these. Once I get a few answers, we'll look at it then. Okay, so the correct answer is. Mind you, you are supposed to pick up the ones which are incorrect. So the correct answer is E. So let us look at the meanings. Now when you say a break-in, when you use it this way, it means to enter a building illegally. Usually by damaging a door or a window and with this intent to steal something. So there was a break-in at Sheila's house. Absolutely all right. This is correct. Upon entering, she realized that some drunk students had broken into her house, which is also fine, while fighting with each other. She immediately tried to break over the fight. Hey, that's wrong. When you try to end a fight between or among people, the correct phrasal verb to use is to break up a fight. So you break up a fight, you don't break over. Break over is not even a phrasal verb if I remember it correctly. So B is definitely wrong. This prompted her to call the police, but not before they had knocked over and broken her favorite porcelain figurine. Okay. When they saw the police coming, the students tried to break through to escape apprehension. No. Break through basically means to force yourself through something that was holding you back. Okay, breakthrough can also mean an achievement, right? So this won't work. You can say they tried to run away, or if I think of an expression with break, you can also say they tried to make a break for it. So when you make a break for it, you just try to run away. So this is also wrong. But to escape, but ended up getting arrested. Sheila broke down in front of the officers. So to break down, one of the meanings of breakdown is to cry. So that will absolutely work. So B and C are incorrect, and that is why our answer should be option E. A and D were absolutely spot on. So here is one more question along the same lines for you to try out. What's your take? Okay, so about time that you dish out answers. None of breakthrough and follow through are not the same. Okay, so with a huge cut down in the amount of coffee consumption in the state, cut down can mean reduction, consume less. I have cut down on my caffeine, man, that's a bitch, huh? As people around me nowadays say. So that's correct. The manufacturers decided to cut back on production. Cut back on basically means to reduce. This is also correct. Knowing this, the union leader had a conversation with the management while the heated discussion. There was one feeble worker who kept cutting out the conversation. Now, when you interrupt a conversation, then you don't say cutting out, then you say cutting in. So C was incorrect. Ultimately, all present there got so irritated that they had to cut out on the meeting. Cut out on basically means to snub. But you cannot snub the meeting, so this has to be incorrect. What can we use? Considering that many questions of the workers were left unanswered, we'd say they had to call off the meeting, when you have to stop it or cancel it. So call off should go. So C and D were incorrect, which means that option D is going to be our right answer. And Aditya has asked this multiple times if there is anyone else from Pune. I don't know why he's asking it, but in case you are and you feel like telling him, please do, huh? So Aditya, amplifying your message now. Why do you want to know people only from Pune? So that was 9th and 10th, and moving over to the next set. So 4 words are given, of which 2 are most nearly the same or opposite. Find those 2 words and mark them as your answer. So you're given 4 words. 2 of these are either synonyms or antonyms. The ones that are should be found here. So you can look at that and then go ahead and answer this. Oh, snub. How snub? When you snub someone, you treat them as if they were not important. Okay, so to insult someone by not giving them any attention or treating them as if they are not important. That's snub. So I hope, Vivek, I've been able to explain it. Huh? So what's your take on 11th? I forgot to start the timer because we did not have the timer for the last 2. So, and then I got involved with talking about snub. But I'll just stop it at 15 seconds. Hopefully by then I'd get my answers. So yeah. So let us go ahead and have a look at question number 11. Solemn. Solemn basically means serious, without any humor. Then you have grandeur, the quality of being very large or very beautiful. Resemblance, if two people resemble each other, if there is a resemblance, then it means that they somehow look alike. Or they look like each other in some way. And then somber. Somber is serious, sad, without any humor or entertainment. So that is what solemn also meant, no? So solemn and somber, they are synonyms, and that is why our answer should be option D, A and D. The rest of them, no, they don't have that relationship. Okay, so with that, let me take you over to your next question of the same variety. Here it is, and the time starts now. Okay, so for question number 12, unruly is somebody who is difficult to control, does not obey rules basically. Obedient is obedient, somebody who does what you ask them to do. Sensitive, I think I don't need to explain to you. Should I? People who are easily upset are sensitive. Bog. Bog, one of the meanings of bog is that soft, wet ground. Marshland, if you remember from your school days. Right? So I would say that unruly and obedient, they are antonyms, right? So if they are available as an answer, we should choose them, and they are A and B. So that is why our answer should be E, which I think a lot of you have managed to get right. Here is the next set for you. So I'll give you one word followed by 4 words. Some of those 4 words may be synonyms of the word that is given to you. So choose those as your answer that are synonyms of the given word. So for instance, here is the question. The word given to you is confiscate. If so, out of these 4, one or more could be the synonyms. So choose those synonyms as your answer, and share that with me in the chat window down below. Your time starts now. All right, so the correct answer to this question is option C. See, confiscate means to take or seize someone's property. One of the meanings of appropriate is the same. The builder has appropriated the government land. Impound also means to seize and take legal custody of something, usually a vehicle, right? A vehicle can get impounded, remember? Then expropriate basically means take property from its owner. It is usually done by the state. It is usually done by the government. Marine, on the other hand, is related to the sea. So A, B and C, all the 3 are synonyms. That is why our answer here should be option C. And I see that quite a few of you, Asmita, Jeet, Vivek, Aman, Dheeraj, you've definitely picked it up. Here is the next one for you. Question number 14 on your screen. The clock is ticking. Synonyms. Give me the synonyms. All right. So, starting with the word that is given to us, jejun. Jejun basically means naive, simplistic. Jejun can also mean something like superficial and uninteresting when we use it for ideas. Okay, so let us see. Worldly. When we use worldly for a person, it means that the person is, how would I put it, experienced, sophisticated. So that makes it an antonym, which means that A and E are both ruled out. Okay, then insipid. Insipid, one of the meanings of insipid is boring. So B should be there in my answer. So is C. How about heed? What is heed? When you pay heed to something, you pay attention to it, okay? To pay attention to it or to take note of it. So C is not. So B is ruled out. C is also ruled out. That's your answer. Startled simply means shocked. Somebody who's gone through a sudden shock or situation or state of alarm. So I'd say in 14th we should go ahead and choose D as our answer. Fair enough. And this time around, I think quite a few of us have got it right. Some of us got confused by C, and that led to a bit of an issue. Here is the next question. The word is capitulate, and the clock is ticking. All right. So to capitulate basically means to surrender. So A is definitely a synonym. Then yield. One of the meanings of yield is to give in, to surrender. So yield is also synonym. So A and B. How about C? Succumb. That's also in some of the cases a synonym. Yes. Concede, definitely a synonym. Yes. And therefore our answer here should be option E. And those of you who've chosen it, absolutely spot on. Honkai star rail addict. Half of this does not even make sense to you. What is Honkai star rail addict? I know that's something that I can understand. So that's what I brought for you today, guys. If you liked working with me, don't forget to like the session. है ना अभी अभी जाके like कर दो यार. And do consider our course if you need more help, more input. And another reminder that you are supposed to go out and write the mock test if you haven't. And I just have one favor to ask. In case you know anybody who's preparing for CAT 24, do let them know that we are conducting our scholarship test on this 25th, so that they can at least benefit from it. So that's it from me today. I look forward to meeting you guys in my next session. Until then, stay safe, stay focused, stay in touch. The next session is tomorrow at 12. Until then, have a great time.